Hey guys, welcome to podcast number 42 in the Cast of Salt Chronicles. My name is Adam, and
Wouldn't it be the Chronicles of Salt?
that also
like,
works.
that actually,
wouldn't it be the Pinch of Salt's Guide to the
How
Galaxy?
about you guys do? Oh, yeah. Welcome to podcast 42.
On our increasingly misnamed adventures, we have Adam on the far right.
No, we'll start again. We'll start again.
Are you for real?
Well, I feel like you were being legit when
no.
you said
No.
Oh, we're
being
doing this
We're
live.
doing this live. Fuck it, let's go.
Oh God. Okay. All right then. Okay.
We have one take.
God damn
one
it.
take only.
Everyone, shut the fuck up. I miss Binnyman. Okay.
All right, we can actually restart it.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
See, the trouble is we don't respect you.
So, hi, my name is Adam, and to my left we have the lovely Carl.
Hello.
We have to his left we have Ryan,
Yo.
and to the wall's right we have Ben.
Yes, to the windows, to the walls.
Okay.
Wow, we're off to a flying
I
start.
mean, we're a minute in, and people are already like, I'm listening to this shit.
I would say, so did you all miss me?
A little bit.
No.
We came up with a new thing called podcast bingo.
Oh yeah.
So it's like whenever we do stuff that
Don't tell him what the bingo is yet.
Oh, you actually made one for this week?
No.
No, that's still in work in progress. I'm
Okay,
actually
alright, cool.
legitimately making that. Cool. So so podcast 42. So to start us off like we start off every podcast. How's everyone's week's been, Carl?
My week has been devoured by work, so I haven't played anything new. Just the old standbys.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't even had a chance to do the new Hearthstone mode yet. So yeah. Ryan?
Not a whole lot. I've been spending a lot of time editing. So hopefully the fruits of that editing will come out in the next couple of weeks or
Spooky.
month or so. I'm also like in the middle of, dealing with buying a house, so that's also taking a lot of my time.
Yeah, right.
I can't imagine why that would be taking so much of your time.
No, of course not.
Seriously, don't you just walk up to someone, hand them some money, boom, done,
Yeah,
house
pretty
bro?
Yes, hand them some money.
A briefcase full of 10s and 20s.
I'll take it in small, unmarked coins, thank you.
Non-sequential.
Are there actually enough coins in circulation to buy a house with?
Probably.
Not in Sydney.
Boom!
But
Too real.
Yes, so other than that, just playing, Fallout 4. I've been like trying to, because of our D&D stuff, I've actually been like looking at building different characters and stuff, because that's kind of where we're heading. Anyway, it's all good.
Cool.
I've been playing around with D&D 5th ed rules and stuff.
Awesome.
So, what I want you to do for your next D&D character is basically build Captain America.
Isn't that just like a lawful good paladin?
No, you have to get the shield throwing mechanics working.
Okay.
That's the
You
thing.
have to somehow get a magical shield that returns to you.
That's easy.
That's not
Is it?
That's not that hard.
No, that's
Okay.
not that hard.
You just have bond with your shield
Oh.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
That comes stock standard with the war. We're getting into the weeds here, but that comes stock standard with D&D classes.
I would say, wait, so
When did
you
they
missed
add
the
that?
bonding.
That's awesome.
It's,
So you can have the trope of a guy that just throws their weapon and it always comes back to them.
Well, it doesn't actually materialize back in their
More
hand.
to the point, I think it's a bonus
You
action
can
or
make it
something,
return.
and it just materializes.
It's just
that
flavor. But you can make it flavor and just say it returns.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Man,
Fair.
I need to play some D&D.
Yeah.
I know, man. It's good stuff.
So not only throwing shields, you could also go like just chuck your sword at people, axes, etc.
Well, we have like one of our characters, ex-characters, I guess now. His thing was that he threw his axe?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's
His axe or his dagger or something like
Well,
that.
he had both, and he'd throw them around, and he'd just be like, "Come back to me," and he's like, "Pull back," or he'd leave his weapons in the cart and then like summon to his hands and like start firing up and shit.
See, I love it how Carl's mind was like, man, you could get like swords, axes to come back to you. And I'm like, what's the worst weapon I can think of to bond with? Can I go into battle with like the penetrator from Saints Row 4?
Isn't that just a huge dildo on a stick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
So
okay, you have your...
I mean, it's
a
D&D. The
quarterstaff.
world is your oyster. Man. The world is your oyster.
So your intimidation
1d4
tactic of
club.
leaving my car, like my weapons in the car. Imagine that when someone summons this huge
Summon a dildo.
throbbing rod
I mean,
to
there's
their
multiple
hand.
reasons you'd summon a dildo.
that is literally
too, so
just a
it's-
quarterstaff, and you can make it. Yes, it has a dildo on the end. or it's carved into the shape of a dildo.
Well, so basically, you give people wood.
Bingo.
Run it.
I haven't touched anyone
Anyway.
yet.
I like how you were like, it's coming. It's coming.
Tick, tick, tick.
Ding, 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 ding. So
What about you, Adam?
No, go to Ben first. How you
Sorry,
been doing,
Ben.
Ben?
So my week has actually been very exciting. So new Hearthstone expansion, and I've been rubbing it in Carl's face that I've had time to play it.
That's always
I've been
fun.
playing ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really dry and dour at the moment. Slay the Spire's got a new character, which if you haven't played Slay the Spire, highly recommend. Been catching up on some of the retro games, so I've started playing Lufia and Final Fantasy VI because
Nice.
Because reasons.
I
Good
hate
game.
time and want to destroy all of my time.
Oh, they're not the. They're reasonably respectful of your time
They're fine.
as far as old school RPGs go.
As far as Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, like that sets the bar pretty low, but it can get lower. Is what I'm
Well,
saying.
Don't worry, I'm used to having a very low bar.
Ding.
Ching.
I've got one of my CRTs, so not the ones that we've brought Ryan, but my second emergency backup CRT running, and Fifth Element looks beautiful on it. So look forward to a review of Fifth Element, the PlayStation game, coming out soon.
Yep. Cool.
Soon,
Can't wait.
TM.
Soon, TM.
Reviews for time travelers.
Yeah. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze just came out for the Switch. So after we're done here-
Really?
Yes. Why do you think I've been all about the Donkey Kong today?
He's all about the dong.
I think I might buy that when I get home.
Exactly. So I'm going to detour via JB Hi-Fi on my way out. It's free comic book day.
Well, today,
So happy free comic book day, people.
Does that mean that we can get a free comic book?
if you go to your local comic
Okay,
book
so
store,
I just want to clarify. You don't get like a free comic book off the shelf. There's like little
like one
show
single
bags.
issues, show
Show
bag
bags.
kind of thing.
I feel like that's false advertising.
well, you get free comic
You're still
books.
getting it. For
it is
free.
still a free comic book.
Yeah, but it's not any free comic book.
It's not a free
They,
comic
they
book.
should they should call it free comic book of our choosing day.
Yeah, well, that's not marketable, really, is it?
So following on from that, if you do need comic books, Carl, you can go
I'm
out.
good. I'm good. I don't.
And there's really good sales today because everyone's in the store.
Yeah.
They lower the price, so like
Like,
this.
oh, I got my free comic book, but now I can spend $20 on a different comic book.
$20
I don't know how much comic books cost.
more than that.
well,
On special.
Single issue stuff, maybe.
no, $20 is like a TPB, like
Get a little.
a very small one.
You get a little. You get a
Like-
little comic book.
Constantines that I buy normally rock the 35 mark, so
I mean, if you're a big fan of like the omnibuses and stuff, that might set you back a little bit more.
or
than
like
$20.
if you want my ancient tome of Sandman lore, which is like $200 worth of comic book,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
and you can kill a man with it.
our channel friend Chris got when he bought his Deadpool omnibus. It was like, I think $170. I think,
Yeah.
or something. It's huge. It's like it's a good like 15 centimeters thick.
Thick.
Is it like
Thicker than Chris.
at that point? It almost seems like it'd be too unwieldy to
Well,
read
You can
comfortably.
kill a man with that.
This is
book.
why I don't
Like,
go for omnibuses, because they're just goddamn inconvenient. I want to read the bitch.
It's like, it's like
You have to read them like Gandalf, you know, you're standing over the book and you're like, and you're holding up your torch and you're going,
But see, and once again, when they get to that mass, you just destroy the spine.
yeah. You put the book down and the spine just goes.
That's why you got to get in hardcover and pay an extra $50 for it.
Oh my god. Anyway, moving on.
Only $50. Hardcover adds 50% to the price.
Anyway, moving
Christ.
on. What have you been up to, Adam?
I haven't done that much, but the one interesting thing I have done is I saw Infinity War. If anyone has seen Infinity War,
Oh, shit.
No,
no, I'm not going to be saying any spoilers because
I
I will actually say it like all Avengers movies. This isn't a spoiler. The Avengers movie always greatly impacts the rest of the franchises a lot, and this movie is absolutely no fucking exception. So, It's a great goddamn movie. It's very good.
But it's
very
also
good.
like it's not the end, right? It's the part 1 of 2 or something.
Well, this is the funny thing.
It's
So
the
they
Empire
were originally
Strikes Back.
they were originally calling it Infinity War Part 1, and Infinity War Part 2 was going to come out next year. And they actually filmed the movies back to back, but in the marketing, they've actually shied away from it, and they've called it Infinity War.
So
and
they're
then
going to call the next one something else.
Well, yeah, it's so far the working title is just Avengers 4, but they originally released saying Infinity War Part 2, and they went, oh no, it's going to be something else. And I think it's more they thought we don't want to. And to be honest,
They don't want to do we're releasing a trilogy. Here's movie 1, 2, 3, part 1, 3, part 2.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think, and the thing is, it is a completed movie, but there are like things of like what happens next. But that's part of the MCU where it's part of this ongoing, it's an ongoing story. So
it never ends.
You don't need to say part 1 because it was always going to tie into the next Avengers movie.
Stay tuned next year for Avengers adjective noun.
But it's a very, very fucking good movie. I could talk about this movie for like the whole podcast.
See,
I could break this shit down.
Like,
I love it.
I'm deeply spoiled
very
on this
good.
topic, and I just want to start yelling things
No,
out
yeah,
at these guys.
Don't.
It's actually one of the movies that like I would hit you if you spoiled it. It's
Actually,
I
having said that, I
if
kind
you
of
like Marvel movies, you need to really. Go
I
see
kind
it.
of avoided talking about like going onto like social media and like looking at that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
but the few things that I saw
Yeah.
were fake spoilers.
Yeah.
Like deliberately like man, my favorite scene is when, Iron Man and Hulk make out and,
Yeah.
that's just stupid shit like that.
Having said that, though, there are memes going around already that are semi-spoiler, and people are like, oh yeah, but we're not referencing what it is, but this meme has been going around, and I'm like, what do you want? What do you want me to say? That because the thing is, the first thing about someone goes, oh, that meme's really funny. Where's it from? And the first comment was like, that's from Infinity War, and you're like, oh my god, stop, please stop, you're ruining it for everyone. But yeah, it's a good movie if you are a fan of the Marvel movies, and you've seen. Having said that, though, it does require you to kind of know what's been going on in the overall Marvel storyline. If you've only seen a movie here, movie there,
if
you're
you
probably
get-
like, I don't fucking
Just-
clue
Alright,
what's
okay,
Just
going
how
on.
about
call it the
Shortest
Marvel verse.
Shortest number of films that you would need to watch in order to get caught up.
Thor Ragnarok, Civil War,
Civil War's a big one.
Black Panther, isn't it?
Black Panther, but again, Black Panther would help inform you, but it's not. It wouldn't be story breaking. Civil War, absolutely.
Probably Age of Ultron. That's when it started cracking.
Age of Ultron.
Like Age of Ultron, Civil
actually,
War.
No, Age of Ultron, yeah. And
That's when you start getting all the Infinity Stones.
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
right?
And the thing is, there's more Infinity Stones sprinkled out throughout the other movies.
Infinity
But
Stones. Are they like Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, I've already made that joke a
Yeah.
billion times.
So yeah, it's a really good movie, but you need to see Thor Ragnarok's actually really important to see beforehand as well because it leads directly into this.
And also
Knuckles dies in the in the movie.
Dude, spoilers!
not to mention Thor Ragnarok is by far
You should just see Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah.
and this is coming from a guy that did not see Thor 1 or Thor 2.
don't watch Thor 2.
No,
Thor 2 is
I've only seen, and Thor 2 actually had one of the Infinity Stones be revealed in it. Never knew. I
you
didn't.
go.
Yeah,
didn't watch
and
it.
also-
It was one of the ones I didn't watch.
never cared. Really bad.
Yeah, but Thor Ragnarok, you just go see on your own. That you could see that movie in complete isolation from the rest of the MCU.
See,
it's
I
fucking great.
saw Thor 1 and then
best.
Thor Ragnarok. I don't think I saw Thor 2.
Are you still Thor about it?
Wow.
Bingo.
Wow.
Someone makes a terrible pun.
We've already marked that one off already.
So shall we get into our topics?
Yes. Let's get into it. So one of the big. There hasn't been a lot of big gaming news around the last couple of weeks, but one of the big pieces that has come out is Nintendo Labo or Switch Labo, whatever they want to brand it. I think it's Nintendo Labo.
The cardboard stuff.
The cardboard stuff got released. Got released recently.
Expensive Nintendo cardboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I hear it tastes better than the cartridges, so that's nice.
But Jesus, where do I go from there? Yeah, so it came out to a reasonable success. I mean, people don't hate it. The reviews are in. It's not terrible, But the thing is, what has come out recently with some of the, because it's been out for a bit over a week, I think, and some of the numbers have started coming out. And like, so the numbers have come out in Japan, and the sales are the sales for Switch games. The Variety Pack, which was the pack 1 that they call, was the highest selling game for the Switch console since release. The Labo, so good, great stuff.
Wait, what? Wait, what? The Labo Variety Pack,
Yes,
highest selling Switch game.
for the weeks that are opened after opening. Not ever. No,
Okay, so
no.
hang
I
on.
was
So,
like, Jesus
so,
Christ.
Okay,
for
so-
the weeks that are
And they're
open.
still disappointed.
No, for the weeks that are open. Like, it came
okay,
out.
so
It came in
to clarify,
Odyssey
highest
and
first
Mario.
week selling,
Yeah.
higher than Odyssey.
No,
and higher
no.
than-
Not first week selling. For the weeks that it came out,
Oh, it was the top selling.
it was the top selling game.
Oh,
Gotcha.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, for week sales.
I was like,
yep,
how high would you have
Yeah.
to be?
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like,
yeah. No, fuck no.
To
Not
beat
like
Breath of the Wild.
But no.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's been selling units. And the robot pack, which was also released obviously on the same day, it's number 3. So obviously people are buying one, if not buying both. So it seems pretty good. Unfortunately though, Nintendo only managed to move about 30% of their stock in Japan in the weeks it's been open. So generally when these things come out, people go crazy, people run out to grab it. Maybe maybe they wanted to keep their stocks really healthy and like massive, but 30% seems like a kind of a low number. It's not, so I don't think, and what was interesting as well is the numbers of Switches sold like week over week has actually dropped since has been continuing to decrease since Labo came out, which they decrease anyway because like as people buy
I would
Switches,
say,
more
and
people
correlation does not imply the
well,
causality.
no. But no. So it doesn't mean people aren't buying Switches because Labo exists. It's because like people are buying Switches and people don't buy 2 or 3 Switches, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How dare they release such bullshit on my pristine platform? I will never buy a Switch as long as that exists.
Yeah, exactly. But the
I
thing,
think it's more to the point that Labo didn't boost the Switch price.
It didn't boost sales. That's the thing. It
Yeah.
didn't increase the sales at all. So people, it looks like very firmly is that people are buying this thing, and I'm not seeing hate for it. I'm not seeing people being like, this is the worst thing ever. But I'm not seeing people run out and buy Switches because of it. I'm not seeing.
I think unfortunately, instead of hitting mainstream appeal, it's only hit the Nintendo fanboy appeal. That's the problem.
And also because it's either going to appeal to like build it yourself DIY kind of Nintendo
In which
fanboy stuff, and
you're not
also
going to buy it.
But it's also a for the people that aren't heavily invested in that kind of Nintendo kooky kind of almost collectible, like, oh man, we've got to get the new thing. It's
That's
pitched
literally
they are
us.
the worst type of
It is
human
no,
being.
but I'm with
Fuck
you,
you.
Ben. Like I haven't bought it yet, but I'm gonna go out and buy
When
it.
I say us, I meant like you and me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy it. But
You bet we are going to have a robot building
Worst
competition.
type of human being.
I know, right?
but
You know what? Me and Adam can build a robot together. You two can build a robot together.
You're paying Nintendo for cardboard.
You don't have to use the
But
cardboard.
it's also software, and you
All
can
right,
use your own cardboard designs.
okay.
Anyway,
Time out.
Yes.
So my take would be that it's been warmly received.
yeah.
But it's not a system seller.
No.
So-
It's not a product that is going to inspire people to go out and purchase a Switch the way that, say, Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey were.
Absolutely, and I think the games themselves will be what drives sales, and that's always
Yeah.
been the case. That's been the case for
Unfortunately-
consoles.
Now,
that's how things happen.
That's unfortunately been the case for a lot of peripherals. Is that they go, oh look, we've got this great new peripheral,
People are
but
like,
then
cool.
either
What games are on it?
Either the games come out and the peripheral's great, or the games don't come out and the peripheral sucks.
so I love the
Or
concept.
games come out for the peripheral, and they're both terrible anyway.
Yeah.
So I love the concept of being able to turn the Joy-Cons, which have a fairly high resolution of sensors in them, into like DIY peripheral.
Oh yeah, I
things.
love it.
Well,
That said, I don't know if I really want to. I mean, it's like I love the concept, but I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it
So-
solo, and I don't really want a bunch of cardboard
Lying around the house.
lying around my house.
They're physical things as well that's going to take up space.
I have been very wary about large peripheral add-ons
Oh.
like that ever since Guitar Hero.
Yeah, well, like again,
Hey,
I had a
you're not
closet
the
full
gu-
of guitar shit. I had the drums, I had the 2 guitars, I had the lot.
You're not the guy who has like 6 Guitar Hero controllers because someone that have left them at my house.
Sorry. I also inherited some of those, so
Yeah,
just
they're,
so you know.
luckily I have room, so they're just under a bed, and I'm just like, what the fuck do I use these for? I'm just this
them.
close to wiring them up.
Unfortunately, and again, this comes down to the fanboy things. The people that are going to buy 6 Guitar Hero controllers are the ones that really enjoy Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Is that
right.
like the person who buys like 3 different versions of the same fucking PlayStation golf game?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
We got like different year.
Oh yeah. No, that's different. That's like
Is it?
unfortunately, yes,
Is it re- is it
unfortunately,
really?
Is it?
that
No, it's
follows
not.
that follows the sport trend of congratulations, you're the
New
2018 champions, but no one cares because it's the 2019 season.
Yeah.
That's the sport thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I think another thing with the Labo's marketing as well is that for new people that aren't necessarily going to be the collectors, it's pitched as like an educational thing for kids and like a fun thing you can do with families. And it's not
It's the Nintendo family.
It's not tapping into the gaming market, and they didn't want to, and that's totally fine.
Because
But-
Nintendo is a toy company.
well, but the thing,
No,
they,
that is their own admission.
Yeah.
It's like we are a toy company, not a game.
So let's talk about the cool thing that's come out of Labo.
Yeah.
There's an app on the multi-pack, which basically lets you program your Joy-Con.
Yes, that was actually going to be my next question.
Pretty
Which
cool.
of the software bundles actually has the DIY part in it?
Yeah, that's the multi-pack.
Okay.
yeah.
So,
yeah,
that is ridiculous. I've seen amazing things. I've seen someone who's adapted Labos so they can have like a little dumb Labo controller and move their wheelchair with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's going to be the thing that gives this legs, that gives this long-term appeal. That piece of software.
And it's the same thing I said when this was announced and everyone's bitching about the price. And I'm like, the cardboard is a bonus.
yeah.
What you're paying for is the software.
That software is
And
quite
then,
powerful.
once again, when we can reverse engineer this software and do amazing things with switches, that's where I'm happy.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
Which ties in to my other point. Did you guys all hear about the switch cracks?
Oh yes, I did hear about that.
I didn't hear
There
about that.
is a critical vulnerability in the NVIDIA Tegra chip.
Yep.
Really?
Not specific to the Switch, but just like the Nvidia.
As in,
chip.
Which is the ones that switch.
as in, can't be patched.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Because it's in the hardware itself, not
Yeah.
the firmware.
Really?
So in
Yeah.
other words, we're now going to have 2 different types of people. We're going to have the people that own a Gen 1 Switch and the people that own the Gen 2 Switch with the updated chip.
So what's the problem with the Gen 1 chip?
There's no
not a
problem.
problem.
No
It's
problem
just-
with it. It's just got a vulnerability, which means
It's open to hacking and homebrew.
So
Yeah.
basically, they forgot to put a a line limit on one of the commands,
Yeah.
so you can just
buffer overflow.
you basically go, well, not even buffer overflow. There's a command, and if you piggyback that command, you can get it to do whatever the fuck you want.
So the thing is, where it isn't a worry for people with like, oh, I don't know, like someone's not going to hack your Switch.
It's not a
but
remote-
you can homebrew your Switch.
Yeah, it's not a remote vulnerability. It requires physical access.
Yes. So people shouldn't be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
my porn that I've been looking on my Switch browser. That's
It's
people are going to look at
Does
that.
this Switch even have a web browser?
Does it?
No.
I think it did. Didn't it?
No.
Maybe that's
That
why
was
they
the
didn't do
3,
it.
that's the 3DS you're thinking of.
Man,
oh my
someone
you-
told me once that they looked on porn on their they used their 3DS for porn, and I was like, "Are you fucking mental?"
Have
Yeah,
you
so they,
used
so
the
they can watch 2
3DS,
videos
bro?
at the same time.
It has great speakers.
Okay, I told you that in confidence.
So, fun fact, you can actually go to Pornhub statistics, which surprisingly is a safe for work site.
Yeah, and they have a 3D. That literally had.
And you can look up how many, what percentage of people on game consoles use the 3DS to view porn.
Yeah.
And it
quite
is
high.
greater than 2%.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like Xbox and PS4, that's not like.
There's so
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, the YouTube, like people viewing YouTube and like through apps and
YouTube
stuff.
had
like
an app for a long time.
Yeah, well, they still do.
They
They
still
still
do.
do,
I
yeah.
thought it got taken off.
off
The 3DS.
off the 3DS.
Yeah,
No,
it
sorry,
did.
I was talking about the Xbox and PS4.
Oh.
So like the thing is, people access that all the time. I had the YouTube app on 3DS just to see what it looked like. It looked like garbage.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, it's
but
because-
it played YouTube videos,
It's
which was
because
great.
the 3DS's resolution is like lower than 480p, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
144, I think.
No, I think it's in like a 360.
280. I think it's 280.
That's the DS you're thinking of.
No, 280 is
It's double the DS
Yeah.
size.
It's bad. Whatever it
Anyway.
is, it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I remember trying to when we did one video and filmed on 3DS, and I was just like looking at the raw caption, was like, "Is that the resolution that it outputs?" You're like, "That's native." And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's not good.
You import it into a 1080p time frame and it turns out like this. and you're like,
What?
all right, grab the scale bar.
Does this thing go high enough?
You did a square. It's like two things that are this big.
so bad.
So you now can dual boot your Switch. Coming back to my point,
Yep.
there's videos of people running Linux and
Of course there are.
Switch OS.
And Doom, and can it run Crysis?
It can already run Doom natively. You don't need Linux for that.
I know.
Oh no, you mean the original?
That's the joke.
Oh no, you mean the original Doom. Sorry, my bad.
That's the joke.
So sorry to completely derail. We had an entire segment, but I was like, oh shit, forgot about this.
No, this is
And
good derail. I like this.
The great thing about this is, so 3 people basically simultaneously discovered this Tegra vulnerability, right?
Yep.
2 of them disclosed it. One of them was like, hey bitch, we can make money off it.
Yeah.
So, and then the other 2 groups were like, guys, that is called unethical hacking. Fuck you. We're escalating this and making it public.
Yeah, which is what should happen.
So,
But having said that, I want to like bring back the point. We're gonna have a rift in the community. We're gonna have the homebrew community that have Gen 1 switches highly sought after, and we're gonna have the Gen 2 Switch community, which probably might have other hacks or something, but this particular one won't be.
So if I don't really care about homebrew, does that mean I can wait a year and then sell my Switch for a lot of money?
maybe, or more like 10 years perhaps.
well,
like when-
you do realize now that we have a gateway to the Switch, it's only like 6 months until we'll have a soft hack ready, and then it doesn't matter. And then the door's open now. I'm sorry, Nintendo, your secure platform is now the definition.
Because that was the other thing.
Unsecure.
That was the other thing as well. The Tegra chip ran this piece of code before all the security stuff kicked in and locked down the ROM. And
this is the definition of like
lowest of the low.
But I mean,
lowest.
you can't fix this shit. Sorry, it's shipped. It's
So
gone.
you can actually apply a patch for it in the factory. Like there is a
Right,
patch. They've developed a patch, but
Are they going to be doing that?
No,
they're
because
gonna
you're
have to, but they can't
The new
deploy
ones.
the patch to the live environment because, surprise, if you enable your hardware to be patched in the wild, that is just
It's
that is
worse.
just
Yeah,
another
it's
way
even
of...
worse. Yeah.
So I mean, but is this actually bad for Nintendo that people
That
couldn't
was the
run homebrew
McDonald's
stuff?
jingle.
To be honest, they're not going to be losing sleep over it too much. I think if people start doing homebrews, I think it's such a small fraction of the community. They're not going to be losing Breath of the Wild sales if someone does a homebrew game. On the whole, I don't think.
So, as someone who played Pokemon Moon, was it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before release?
You probably shouldn't be admitting that, but go on.
What they gonna do about it now?
Nothing.
It's on a dead platform.
You're a dead no.
I'm gonna use your body as a dead platform.
I found my 3DS when I was like cleaning out cleaning out my study for like trying to get like move stuff around, and I hadn't pulled it out since I moved, and I was just like, and immediately just was like, I was like,
Put it back.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I just have
Just
this.
like, no, I'm good. I'm done. That phase of my life is over.
That said,
The Lord and Savior Switch has come into my life, and I'm just like, I'm good now. I don't need 3DS.
the D-pad on my 3DS is going, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
You can
Not a whole
probably
lot,
just.
because
How about
you've got to
wait?
Switch.
How about
No,
what?
but Pokemon.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished Ultra Sun
Or
because I
you
haven't
could
been
just-
playing it
how
much.
about
Grab one
waiting?
of the 7 3DSs at my house.
Or wait a year, and then Smash will come out, and a new Pokemon game will come out, and you'll never need the 3DS
Okay,
ever
guys.
again.
Yes, we will, because we'll need it for backporting mons from the previous gen. It's important, Adam.
It's the circle.
I couldn't give
of
less of a
life.
shit.
Because there's going to be a 6-month window where they where they allow us to transfer from 3DS to Switch, and then they'll shut down the 3DS service forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that
Gotta get
totally
that
didn't
shit off.
happen
Gotta
with
get that shit
DS.
out of
I
there.
can't tell you how little I give a shit about taking my old Pokemon. They stay on that game, and that's.
So
Okay,
I
sure.
only
I'll
have
get a new Gengar. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I only have one Pokemon that I'm emotionally attached to, and that's my 5IV shiny Magikarp. And it's my only like
Level 100.
no,
Oh.
like
Alright,
it's
let's
my
get-
only
okay.
legitimate shiny ever.
Okay,
We've
I think
tangented into tangents.
Okay, I think we
We
need to
have
bring this
tangent many
shade.
times.
So no, one last tangent.
No, no, I'm pulling the card.
No, this is back to an earlier tangent. So now that the homebrew scene's open, hopefully we'll be able to throw our 3DSs out because they're going to build a fucking emulator on the Switch.
Okay, all right, maybe.
That-
There
there
is
you
something
go.
that will impact them because they will want to pull out a store at some point.
Can I ask a
Emulations.
question?
That will affect them if that starts.
Does
Surprise!
is the 3DS re-release like Virtual Console stuff on the Switch?
Not yet.
No.
No.
I think there are plans for it though, but people have been asking them this, and they've just been like, kind of like, yeah, no, not yet, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Like they're just kind of being evasive.
I just imagine Nintendo as like a 12-year-old kid then.
Awesome. It's all good, bro.
Can I buy some weed?
All right. Anyway, back on topic.
Yes, let's stick.
was
What
that
are we
top-
going to talk about? Add-ons.
So
Add-ons.
we're talking about like so Labo in general has had a pretty warm welcome. It's not the fireball that that Nintendo probably hoped
It's
it would
more
be.
like a piss in a
but
pool.
it's fine. It's a fun little thing that people are using and enjoying. So
My analogy just
this is
keeps
not
getting
the-
better.
This is not the first time we've seen definitely weird add-ons as well, and some add-ons that have worked and some that have just not gone good at all. Famous like
So
the Power Glove. That was a good one.
may I interject here with
Yes.
on the Labo train of peripherals that still use a base controller, like that you would attach into a base
Yeah.
controller, right? The PlayStation Move I have at Ben's probably.
PlayStation Move, that was also bad.
Oh, yes.
I have,
Also at
I
Ben's.
have,
Terrible.
I have a gun like attachment /
That you
plastic
connect the
thing
Move in, yeah,
that you
totally.
put the Move in and you can aim and
It's
stuff.
basically like a light gun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
basically.
or
Except
with
it's
Move
not a
technology.
white. It's not
Yeah.
a light gun.
It's not
It's
light
It's
gun.
more of an assault rifle style with
Yes.
a
That's not what I meant.
with a shoulder
Yeah.
shoulder guard and stuff.
So-
but yeah, and the thing is that came out for Time Crisis.
Yeah,
right.
That's cool.
See,
But
I'm
they-
just happy that the PlayStation dildos have finally come back to being useful with virtual reality.
Yes,
So, motherfucker, you ain't getting them back.
So
I actually found one in my room.
I think this kind of
I
comes
don't
into my
wanna know
question
why.
of like, so what do you guys think have been like good add-ons throughout the years, and why do you think some of the ones that have failed like have actually kind of fell flat?
Well,
so
I mean,
much?
let's go through the ones that we've actually had personal experience with.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've had that many like super out there ones. I had the Guitar Hero controller
yeah,
for
the-
for PlayStation.
They're tough because they're almost they're add-ons for games,
Yeah.
which are like not system add-ons. It
Well,
kind of makes
well,
sense.
But what's Labo then?
Well, good point.
Is it Labo or Labo?
or labia.
I don't know.
I,
We just got
why?
the-
Why did you have to go there?
joke? Because
You're really running dry
We had that
material
whole
if you still invent
conversation. You didn't
bits.
say it.
I was trying so hard. I was going to wait to the end and then just be like, and now to get this off my plate.
Thanks for ruining it for him, Ryan.
No worries.
You
I'm fine with that.
basket of chicken. Anyway,
Yeah, like it's like the whole like
Gaming in real life.
yes.
Yeah.
What else? I owned a for N64. I had the Rumble pack.
The ROM pack is a classic.
Back when the controllers didn't actually have.
can we talk about how you had to take that out to
Actually,
save
no.
your game?
Controllers back then did
Yeah.
have Rumble in them.
No. This was.
Did they?
This
yeah,
was,
just not the N64 controllers.
no. This was before the Rumble feature on the PlayStation.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because the
He's
DualShock-
right. It's before the DualShock came out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. Get back in your corner.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I think that was the launch game for that was Star Fox 64. I
Yes.
think.
So the
Yes.
expansion
Yeah.
pack,
And that was the RAM card as well.
No,
No, that's the expansion pack. Wasn't that the? Was the Rumble
the
pack?
RAM card, right?
Yeah, was that the extra,
no, that was for that was from Donkey Kong.
Was that for?
4 megabyte.
Sorry,
expansion pack.
all these
Yeah.
furry porn things just mess my brain up a lot.
What?
You know, Star Fox, Donkey Kong, Conkers, Sodomy Train.
Let's move on.
Banjo-Kazooie.
It's better
And,
than the Banjo double team of Tui.
And then I had the Super Game Boy for Super Nintendo.
And
which,
that's a great...
Which I think is probably on review probably the best add-on I've had, because it basically meant that I had a secondary library that I could play
and
on the Super Nintendo.
and
Yeah.
plus it puts its own custom color palettes on it for certain games, and that's fantastic.
I think I had something similar as well. I had there was like, see, I don't know how like those adapter cartridges, if they count or not, because like I had like,
Power-based converter.
well, no, so it was an adapter cartridge so you could play Sega Master System games in your Sega
Power-based
Mega Drive.
converter.
Is that a power-based converter? No idea.
You fucking trash. You don't even know your own goddamn console.
I was 8 and I was like, this thing lets me play games that I found for $2 at a bin. Karate Kid.
Like, that game was garbage and still
It
is.
still is.
Yeah. Karate Kid.
Yes.
8-bit Alex Kidd was alright though.
Yeah, that was great.
It was great. What are you talking about?
Okay, what
okay.
else have we used? What else have we used
So
that we haven't
let's
covered?
talk about the iToy.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Awful.
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, this is the one that everyone
So
forgets
we
about.
are going
that's
to
like-
have to give some background to all of these things because there have been so many over the years.
And
People
the
are like, what
iToy
consoles
is
are
about
for?
15 years old.
Oh
now,
my
so-
god.
So
Yeah.
that's like pre-Connect, isn't it?
It's almost
Yes.
the right age for
PS2.
Adam.
No, it's like, but it was like trying to do the whole Connect thing
Yes.
before
Yes.
Connect.
Yes, with the displaying your picture on the
Yeah.
screen and then your hands do things on the
Then
screen.
you interact with... Oh, it was...
There was a Lemmings game that looked really cool for it.
So what was
So
iToy
were
for?
you
That was
just
for the
like-
PlayStation
So
2.
you'd build bridges
Yeah.
with your hands and stuff, and the Lemmings would run over them.
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun.
That sounds kind of sweet. But that's one application.
Yeah, exactly.
So, wait, did you guys just say that I'm going to have to break out the iToy and we're going to have an iToy stream?
I think we should have an iToy thing at one point.
You guys have... Oh. Good.
We'll do it. We'll do it on
think-
the same day that we do Crazy Frog Racer.
I think yeah, it's the day we just shut the channel down and then kill us, and kill ourselves.
So what?
Well,
Tomorrow then?
we'll tie you up in the basement and use your stream for it.
Oh my god, no.
Welcome
not-
to
That iToy is not allowed in my house.
Oh my god, yes. So, what other dumb ones have I? First then, how about my favorite one? Are they still in there, by the way?
what? Who?
My favorite
Oh,
peripheral ever?
the Donkey Kongers.
Let me go check.
I
Hang
think
on.
they are.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
oh,
he's
we're gonna
getting
have a live demo.
a live demo of the Donkey Kongers.
Apologies to anyone listening over
The
audio.
audio podcast listeners.
But while he's grabbing them, they're basically just two Kongers. Which was it a GameCube era?
Yeah, it was GameCube.
GameCube. Oh, here we go. He's
Oh,
got
he's
him.
got him.
I've waited so long for this. Get up, like put them close. Maybe not. At your,
No, not
at your-
like that.
Not at your balls level. Although that looks hilarious on the screen.
God damn.
So,
Oh,
So how do
these-
they work? How do they work, Ben?
So, it is a PlayStation controller port. And there-
PlayStation. I thought it was.
Not PlayStation, GameCube.
That's better.
And there is exactly 5 buttons on this.
5 buttons.
1, 2, 3, 4, and a microphone that acts like a third.
Oh, so you actually clap and it does something?
Yeah, well,
Really?
you actually do this because it's easier. When
Well, you
you're-
hit the side of it.
So, when you're doing rhythm games.
Well, you hit the side of it anyway. Like that's like how you normally play bongos, isn't it?
And these worked for a total of, I think, 4 games.
Do tell.
Well, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3, and some other drumming one.
Right.
So wait.
Well, Donkey
but
when
Kong.
you said it
but you
worked
can
for
get
Donkey
adapters,
Kong,
right?
when you said it worked for Donkey Kong,
No, Donkey Konga.
Donkey Konga. I thought you said Donkey Kong. I was
I
like,
did.
how do you play that with Donkey Kong?
So they've got 5 buttons on them. No directional controls.
Yep.
No
Nothing.
nothing.
It's,
Wow, okay.
It's legitimately pointless. and that's
That's why we're going to play every game we can with those Kongers, aren't we, Ben?
So you were saying as well, you can actually mod them to play.
Well, you can get a
whole bunch of
GameCube
Well-
to USB
Yeah.
controller.
I mean,
adapter.
because like
Right.
at the end of the day, even though if they're limited, they're still just buttons. So like the way that you can take like one of those dance mat controllers
And
and
play-
play
Yep.
other games with that, you could with those as well.
So the only game that I've discovered works properly with 4 buttons is Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I was literally about to say Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah,
and it's even a rhythm game as well, so it kind of actually
yeah,
works.
yeah, so it's perfect. We got to try that at some point.
Wait, yeah, I've been playing this for legitimately since Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Basically since our inception.
Yeah.
This has
Yeah,
been,
pretty
this has been that project that has been like, fuck, we really need to do that. We just never had the time.
Or the effort.
Yeah.
Or the willpower.
But
tech-
yes, if you wanted to see it, let us know.
But technically, these work with the Switch as well.
Okay.
What?
Because they're a GameCube controller.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Oh, my
So
god.
what-
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What do you guys think? So we've listed off a couple of like bad ones, is there, and a couple of good ones as well. So what do you think actually makes them particularly good or bad? Like at its core, what makes a peripheral like good, or what makes it kind of garbage and useless?
So I think the things that it needs, right? It needs to have at least one standout title, usually the one that ships with it, right? I mean, people bought Wii's for Wii Sport.
True.
Right?
Did
Very
you
true.
just describe the entire Wii
Yes.
as a shitty console accessory?
Yes.
You know, you're not wrong, but it hurts. It hurts a little.
I mean, wasn't it basically a GameCube with the Wiimote?
Yeah.
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 And people just bought controls for it, and you're like, oh well, there we go.
Yeah, well,
Back to GameCube era.
No, I literally just plugged my GameCube controller into the Wii.
Can we take an aside to talk about
My dick.
whatever the hell the Wii U's thing was?
Oh, you mean
That wasn't a peripheral though, because that came with
Part of the console.
Well,
Yeah.
by definition,
Well,
it was a peripheral to the console.
But in saying that as well, I think it's definitely peripheral, but it might not be an add-on because it was conceived as part of the core thing. Like as well,
like the Xbox One Connect.
that's what I was
Yes.
about. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Is that part of the Xbox One console? Because they've since divorced themselves from that. It's kind of an add-on now because it's not core to the system's use of the system. They originally designed it to be, yes, the Kinect will always be on.
I
And you're
think
like, no,
I
no
think-
garbage, no garbage.
If we're calling it, rather than calling it peripheral or accessory, we should call it add-on.
Yeah, an add-on.
Because a peripheral is literally a controller, right?
Yeah.
It's anything you attach to
A physical thing.
a thing, right? An accessory is also a controller. It's something that comes
But
with
it's something
the
you don't need to run the thing.
to run the game, technically. No.
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
The game
so-
will run without it.
I just realized I did pull up Pornhub statistics for that 3DS discussion. I just need you to I'm gonna read this title, and then we can go back to our discussion. Pornhub year in review shows 3DS views going up while Wii drops. And this is from the 9th of the 1st, 2018.
Yeah. So recent data, people still watch porn on their 3DSs.
And it's
You
increasing.
fucking animals.
Breaking news.
You've got a phone. You have a fucking smartphone, right?
Actually,
But no
what's
one
the target market of people that would be buying 3DSs right now?
Old men.
No, the other way around.
Oh.
The people
women?
that can't get a Switch because it's too expensive and probably don't have a phone and therefore are watching Pornhub on the 3DS.
Also, no one
It's
questions.
fucking kids.
They're like a whole bunch of 12-year-olds.
12s, man. 12s.
No one questions when you play the 3DS under the blankets.
That's so gross.
I'm just playing 3DS, mom.
Can we not talk about this?
Oh, it's bad.
Okay,
That's
so
bad.
what makes a good accessory?
Yep.
So
Not that. Not Pornhub.
so flexibility.
Yeah.
Mass appeal, right? And needs that critical mass, right? Guitar Hero was a one-off game, effectively, right? But it had the critical mainstream appeal.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
and it was something different at the time as well. It was something that's like, hey, this isn't an experience I can get elsewhere, so I'm going to do this. And I think that's where Labo is trying to pitch themselves as like this creative.
They'd already done. There had been Guitar Hero-like games in arcades for a good few years
Yeah,
before that.
but like
that-
as
yeah.
a home experience, you
Well,
can have this. In
that's
your home.
actually what I was going to bring up was the bringing the arcade experience home.
you mean like these bongo drums over here?
I was going to say more like Sega's entire marketing for the Mega Drive, other than Nintendo. It was we're bringing the arcade experience home.
Which, ironically, both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis had atrocious arcade ports.
Streets of Rage was alright.
Fuck
I
you.
mean, no, look. Okay.
Go play the Neo Geo like a man.
Yeah, but
That's
do you remember
literally-
how expensive that thing was back in the day?
Go
Holy
emulate.
shit.
No,
Go
'cause I
emulate
was
the Neo
3.
Geo like a man.
I mean, we can do that now, but back when
Anyway.
these were actual physical objects that.
Do I need to talk about Altered
Turning
Beast?
right back on topic. My point was
Rise from your grave.
my point was the home dance mats, right?
Yeah.
That's bringing the arcade home.
That's like the DDR thing. I'd have to go
Yeah.
out and...
Poorly.
poorly.
Hey,
the
Just the
DDR
time crisis PS3
Yeah.
move thing, bringing the arcade home.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
I had a light gun. I actually had a
That's
light gun
actually-
for PS1 for Time Crisis.
I was going
when
to
that came
say
out.
that light gun for PS3 is a bad example of bringing the arcade home.
I'm just using them as examples. Feel
But
free to
like,
add
it's,
more.
Like-
but it's still those kind of peripherals are still the idea of something that you usually go and play at the local bowling alley or something. And
So-
your AMF and play some Time Crisis.
are we going
It's
to
kind of
are we going to include in this discussion like the wide array of controllers schemes that you can get for PC, like driving wheels and flight joysticks and that sort
Well,
of stuff?
And that
Yeah.
sweet ass steel
like
battalion
they're
controller.
kind of extra peripherals. This is more because PC has the culture of like being able to add on because of the nature of having a PC, of it being a customizable thing. So the idea of add-ons isn't so much of a thing because everything is kind of an add-on.
It's sort of been that way from the start.
Yeah, where a
'cause
console
it's
is, I'm buying a console, and here's another thing I can buy
I
that
think, yeah.
works
Because
with
it's
a console.
I guess mouse and keyboard have
Yeah.
become a like a fairly standardized control scheme these days,
Yeah.
but they weren't. That wasn't their original intent as devices.
It was a
Trackball.
Yeah.
keyboard and keyboard.
Keyboard and keyboard.
Two keyboards, so I
and
can hack
keyboard.
twice as fast.
And keyboard and keyboard. A lot of flight sim enthusiasts, if they can't afford to actually build like all the little buttons and stuff, they plug in multiple
Or
keyboards.
they'll mount a keyboard up here so they can be all like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like I said, if you have two keyboards, you can hack twice as fast. This is why it exists.
Just like in CIS.
Ben, no.
Oh, okay.
Multi-keyboard hacking.
Is that bingo? That feels like it's got to be bingo.
I mean, I think we hit bingo like half an hour ago.
So, like, I'm just gonna ramble on with dumb tangents. Can we all buy Power Gloves, please?
Power
so did anyone here actually own a Power Glove?
I did not.
So no one
I
owned
think
a Power Glove?
I think I'm the only one here old enough that would that
would have been the era for
would have been
Power
the era
Glove.
for
Does
it.
owning a Power Glove for sexual endeavors count?
Yeah,
Well,
if you wanted
if you
to.
bought one, then sure, you own it. Like, you can do what you
do
want.
you
If-
actually own Power Glove?
Not
if you
yet.
want to put up
Damn
your
it.
butt, then that's your call. But like,
It's
you
not
own the
my
Power
butt,
Glove.
It's going up. Like a civil rights sign.
The
I
one
mean,
thing, the one
so,
thing
so,
that
so
I
here's the thing. I remember wanting a Power Glove.
yeah,
I
it looks
remember.
cool.
Because
That's
it
the
looks,
thing.
Cause,
It looks cool.
Yeah, because it's well, I mean, it's a bit, it's obviously a bit,
Naff now.
yeah, but
No, it's not.
Having said that, though, that look is definitely still popular.
I
but
bet
it's
It's
like-
kind of the Minority Report kind of look.
Well, okay, I
but,
wonder if you-
but on the other hand, if I'd actually gotten one when I was a kid, it would have shattered my dreams super hard because they're rubbish as an actual game controller.
Yeah.
As cool as they look, they're rubbish.
Mental note: if you went to a club wearing a Power Glove, you'd probably pick up
What today?
today.
Increase my killing power, eh?
Well, like
Card rocks up a spawn point with 2 Power Gloves.
you under.
I am Ultra Thanos.
Actually, can I ask, was there left-handed and right-handed power gloves?
I'm pretty sure it was only
Pretty
right-handed.
sure it was only right-handed.
See that
Yeah, discriminating against you.
discrimination.
It's okay. You don't matter.
The right-handed agenda.
Fucking righties.
God.
Yeah. So accessories.
But yeah, so I was thinking, it's like,
Propane.
so Carl brings up a good point. I just wanted to get on. Is like, is how cool a thing is necessarily the concept of it being like a cool thing. Is that like essential for a good add-on?
Well, what about
think-
what about SyncStar remotes?
Oh my god!
Well, I
hate
mean, they're
those
not. I mean, they're
fuckers.
not cool.
No, that's my point. They're not cool,
See-
but they exist and they
And-
were popular.
I think the thing is, it has to be practical as well.
Yeah.
Which is the unsung necessity of an accessory.
Which is why early 3D and early VR kind of failed, right?
Yeah. Well,
I
I think
think
you've got to be tethered. Like the idea of still having like all these cables running from your Vive to your computer. Like, we're gonna look back on that. If VR is still a thing, we're gonna look back on that and be like,
See,
That's fucking archaic, man. Like, because the thing is, the whole idea is you're supposed to be able to move around,
Well, even-
and you're tethered to a fucking computer.
Hell,
like,
PlayStation VR doesn't have tethering.
no,
That's
it doesn't.
what I was gonna
No,
say.
it doesn't. But the actual performance of that
Oh, yeah.
piece of
Not as
hardware
good as a Vive.
is nowhere near on the Vive. But like, that's going to be work in progress when we get to something like a Vive standard with a PlayStation VR experience. Because no one wants to
I
be
was
like,
actually going to bring up the PSVR
Yeah.
as an accessory /
It,
add-on.
it is an add-on, absolutely.
And it's
Completely. It's doing very well. It's the highest sold VR platform. It's smashing the shit out of Oculus and Vive at the moment.
once again, affordable,
Yep.
flexible, because that bitch has a HDMI import. So what do you want to play on a giant VR screen? Boom, done. Good library.
Yeah. Well, because it's already inside the PlayStation ecosystem.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about.
So, and which brings that back down to, well, when I say affordable with it, it's affordable in the sense of other things of
it's
its
it's like $150 minus versus the Vive's $800.
Yeah, it's affordable when you compare it to the Vive and the Oculus.
Yeah. And also, my God, have you played Super Hot on that thing? It is.
I've played
I've played it on the Vive actually.
I've
Yeah,
played Super Hot
it's-
on the Oculus.
It's so
it's great.
good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
I actually really love Super Hot. It's one of it's a game I can consistently come back to play because I love it.
I will
I've
say,
never played in VR
Super
though.
Hot lends itself really well to VR.
And
Like,
all,
well,
Super
that's
Hot-
kind of the point of the game. That's
Super
like
Hot sold me on
plot.
Super Hot sold me on VR. Like I was kind of it's just a fad, it'll burn out. Then I played Super Hot and I was like, yeah, it's probably got legs.
Some of the really cool implementations as well. I know Justin Roiland, who's the creator of Rick and Morty, he started up his own video game development company called Squanch Games, which is a Rick and Morty reference.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not assuming everyone's big Rick and Morty people.
you know this.
Yes, we're not intellectuals like you.
We're not,
Adam.
yeah. You don't find on like you, so I just assume you didn't watch it.
What I really like is after that is this synchronized deadpan sarcasm.
But he's got
Just,
like,
ripping it.
the Rick and Morty VR game is very, very good. In terms of like being able to interact with stuff.
Have you played it?
I've seen walkthroughs and stuff
Right.
of it, and like the way it's been implemented, it comes with a very good idea of this is how VR should work. It's done by the same guys that did it's called Job Simulator.
Oh, Job Simulator is great.
So they did that, then they did the Rick and Morty stuff, and then they've got so the Rick and Morty team that did that are also doing more VR games, and they have a very good concept of what VR games should be, and that was for that
In my
to
opinion,
take off.
Res is the last thing we're going to talk about on the VR thing. Res in VR is like good cry.
But
Have you played it? Have you played it? Is it good?
I think we're still touching on a really interesting point here. Is that no matter the add-on, the software and the games need to drive the adoption.
Correct.
And they drive. We're talking about this is cool and this is cool and this is cool, but we're talking about the most successful VR platform to date, and it's not the best. It's not the highest quality in graphics. It's not the most expensive, but it has the best library. And people are, and it's also like it's easy to
so
it's easy
ease
to
of
use.
I think you've just
Yeah.
I think you just hit on something really important there, because it's like bringing this back to half an hour ago. When you said that Nintendo were maybe a little disappointed that Switch sales were going down and Labo wasn't driving new sales, new hardware sales. Has there actually been an add-on that has caused people to go out and buy, I've got to get the console for that add-on?
Not an addon, but people bought Xbox for Halo.
No, for games,
No,
yes.
yes,
But
but for the-
for
a physical
add-ons,
thing.
because it's sort of like...
Did anyone Did anyone buy
Wii
Guitar
Sports?
Hero because they wanted to get?
Did anyone buy a PS2 because they wanted to play Guitar Hero? No.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Did
I
I know
know
someone who-
actually. Yeah,
I know
a couple
people-
of people.
But
I know
having said
peop-
that, is that the software driving, or is that the fact that you've got
That's
a
the
guitar?
software driving.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still, it's
once
still the
again-
fact that I'm buying Guitar Hero.
Did anyone go out and buy a Super Nintendo because there was a Super Game Boy? No. Did anyone
I-
go out and buy a Sega Genesis because of the Sega CD?
No,
No.
Did
absolutely
anyone,
not.
did anyone go out and buy a Wii because of Wii Sports?
Because of Wii Sports.
Because of
yes.
yes,
People
absolutely.
did people buy
Wii
Xboxes?
Sports is still the highest selling game of all time.
Did people buy Xboxes because of Halo?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why
Did
the
people
Xbox
buy
has the
Switches
PlayStation.
because of Breath of the Wild? You betcha.
Yep.
So I just
Yeah.
my one spanner in your works here.
Yeah.
People did buy GameCubes because of the Game Boy Advance player.
But that was an add-on.
This is what I'm saying. This is legitimately the only accessory I can name that people would buy the console for.
Was that like super widespread adoption though?
It was
Okay.
I mean, can you name a good GameCube game? Because I sure can't.
Smash Melee.
I mean, I can name
Had that
it.
one right there.
I know a lot
Out of
of...
curiosity, can it only play Advance?
No.
It can play color and regular.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
This is why I'm saying this thing, for the longest time, was the most effective way to play your Game Boy games on a screen.
Also, the Game Boy loader in the Nintendo 64 for Pokemon Stadium. I forgot about how dope that was.
Yeah,
getting my Pokemon in a Game Boy into Pokemon Stadium was fucking amazing.
That is the definition
It's like
of
12 years old.
the definition of the niche
blew my
add-on
fucking
though.
mind. It is. And the thing is, a lot of these add-ons are niche. So when something like Labo comes out, it's a big deal because it's not like it's a thing for a game. It's like this is a thing for. It's like Guitar Hero rather. It's not like here's a thing to kind of just improve your experience in X game. It's like this is a fucking thing they're trying to push. It's like a big.
So, I'm going to get back
big
to
physical presence.
finishing my point. Even with that particular accessory selling, like pushing sales, do you know what's behind that? Software.
Because
Yeah.
still people want to play their Game Boy games.
It's not that this accessory brings a new experience.
It's just like on-point games.
It's the software.
Yeah. So it's
So-
interesting. So I'm interested to see because Labo's definitely got a whole bunch of packs, more packs lined up of what they want to do in the future. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get some software that really sells it. Then people. Then the thing is that pack might go strong. The variety pack might do well if it takes off with the mod community. And that's another fucking bingo mark.
I think
but that'll be for the software that's involved, not because I can make a piano. Although I actually really do want to build that piano.
So-
I saw that immediately. I was like, I could have that
This is
piano
where
in
we
my
go.
room.
We're out of time for today, guys.
Yes. So I'll probably wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for listening. Just trying to remember Benjamin's usual spiel at the end. Please, if you've stayed with us this long, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. It helps us out a lot. If you'd also, if you're listening via SoundCloud or the SoundCloud, you can give it a like.
It's a little hot.
And also, and for iTunes as well, you can also subscribe to our feed through iTunes, and you can also leave a review, which really helps us. It gets more views if you leave nice reviews for us, and we read everything. And
I thought Benjamin's thing was like long.
I know there's a lot of shit to cover.
Talking
There's a lot
about
of
Benjamin's long thing.
there's a lot of shit to cover. But God damn it. We can't just fucking finish up, can we? But yeah, so I think that's about it.
And join us on Discord.
And
Yep.
join us on Discord. I forgot the one where we're always on Discord and always just talking about games.
In fact,
and
right
talking-
now I have Discord messages.
Yep, and we're talking about our own videos and what's happening in gaming culture and what we've been playing, and
See-
just join us. It's a good fun time.
And my last thing to say.
You can mute Ben. It's fine. You can do that.
Yeah, no, that's
Discord has
very
that
important.
functionality. It's fine.
Please
Boop.
provide us
Send
with
me-
questions or topics you'd like us to talk about, so that next time we have a Dead News Week, we don't end up rambling about, propane accessories for an hour.
I'm cool with that. I mean,
All right.
No worries,
Ciao.
guys.
Okay, we're done.
See ya.
Cool.
See ya.
Later.